Okay, welcome, folks. This is Joycelyn Linton coming into the Higher Calling. This is part 2 of the reading taken from St. Edmund's Church on Sunday, July the 16th, 2017. The time now is 11:50. For some reason, my recording cut off, so I've had to go on to the second part of the recording. And I just read through the morning liturgy taken from Isaiah chapter 5 verse 10 to 13, and the New Testament reading taken from Romans 8 1 to 11, and the Gospel of St. Matthew chapter 13 1 to 9, verse 1 to 9, and verse 18 to 23. And I was speaking about the Word and the light as well. And Moses was the originator of the Word, speaking to the people, to the people of Israel, the tribe of Israel, that man does not live on bread alone, but every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of the Lord. And also in reading Romans, it talks about the difference between the flesh and being in the fleshly realm and being in the spirit realm. And the fleshly realm, I want to associate that as being in the darkness, because the Lord has said through the prophet Jeremiah, and this is my reading in the week, that he stretched out the heavens. He said that he made the earth with his understanding. I may not have the wording right. And he stretched out the heavens with his discretion. And discretion means that it's according to who he wants to reveal his heavens to. It's not openly ready to everyone. That's the emblem of the heaven. The Lord's heavens is not open to everyone. Okay? And to come up into his high throne, that means we have to come in a supremeness, in a royalty, in a majestic way of the Lord. We have to come into one accord, or omniscient, in that oneness with the Lord. So I was just talking about in the Gospel how it tells the story of Jesus, and the tempter came to Jesus, and Jesus spoke the word. Okay, and so we are the living word of the Lord, and we are the light of his heavens. I'm going to say it that way. So okay, I don't know why the recording cut off. So because I've read these three readings here, these separate readings, I now have to sum up, and I'm just going to say a prayer as I was doing, and I'm asking the Lord for his presence to be here and to give me a succinct message, a message in due season. Give the prophecy. And so what I'm hearing in the three readings is purpose. The word that comes up to me is purpose. And that though we live by the word of the Lord, and though we are meant to be enlightened souls, we are meant to be light. That means we're to know his heavens. But the Lord is also coming through with another message, and he's telling us about purpose, and whether he's saying that each of us has a purpose. We are here in this existence with a purpose. And why it causes me to say this is, again, in the morning I do my morning prayers, and I read the scriptures, and I get my daily word from the Lord. And the Lord was saying, when I was reading Psalms, if I can find it here, but I don't want to stray off and give you too many scriptural reading and not the message of the Lord. But as I was reading in Psalms, was it which one was it? The Lord, basically it was either Psalms 93 or it was a short Psalms 96, okay, or 97, it was round about there. Make a joyful noise unto the Lord. Okay, so basically what the Lord was saying is that we originated from the Lord. It says, before the mountains came forth, that's right. He said, before the mountains came forth, that the Lord was our beginning. So before the earth came forth, before the mountains came, the Lord was our beginning. Okay, so the word of the Lord that came to me for that day was that the Lord was our origin. We came from the Lord, and I'd like to say that we are in the dreams of the Lord. Yes. So before He made us as to where we are now, our whole entire being is from the Lord. So we are of the Lord, but now we are existing in the fleshly realm. And so the word that's coming to me is purpose. Purpose. So we are to serve a purpose to the Lord. We are to serve a purpose to the Lord. And it says so in Isaiah 55. It says, but it shall accomplish that which I purpose. And that is the word. Okay, the word. And I just said that we are the living word. So we're here on a purpose, and we shall accomplish what we're here for. And in the flesh, it seems as though it's a temporal existence. We're passing through. And we know, again, in Psalms, it says that about we are withered. In Psalms 103 here, it says here that, for in 15, it says here, as for man, his days are as grass, as a flower of the field, so he flourishes. For the wind passes over it, and it is gone, and the place shall know it no more. But the mercy of the Lord is everlasting to everlasting upon them that love him, and his righteousness unto children's children. Okay, so we're here for a purpose, and I can say that we're here to serve the Lord. And this is a remembrance that we should have in ourselves. But for some reason, the Lord has allowed us to come into the fleshly realm, and we experience His earth. And so we experience the physical format. Okay? But the Lord wants to remind us that truly we are spirit. Okay? We are spirit. And to give honor and to give worship to the Lord, we have to come in the spirit and in truth. And that's we see that in the Gospel of St. Mark, as Jesus speaks to the woman at the well. And the woman at the well, that means the pure spirit within ourselves, because we are made up of the male and female component. So the Lord is calling us to come back into that pure spirit. But for the time, He has allowed us to experience a lower realm, I'm going to say. He's allowed us to come into a lower entity. Because you know what I'm hearing now as I'm speaking is that the Lord is causing us to be witness. That's what I'm going to say. He's causing us to be witness of what happened in the beginning. Because if we go back to Genesis 1, now a storyline is coming out of me. I was just beginning to sweat here. And if we go back to Genesis 1 here, it says, something happened, folks. It says, and the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. And the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the water, and God said, let there be light, and there was light. Yeah. So something happened in the beginning. Something happened to the earth. It was empty and void and darkness. So there's a story here, you see. And it seems to me as though we are to bear witness to what happened in the beginning. We are to bear witness why the earth was empty and void, you see. And we are to be the light of the earth, the salt, you see. And the Lord is calling us to be in remembrance of Him. And though we are in the flesh, we are to operate in the Spirit in order to give worship and praise to Him. So can I say that He has said that He will be the judge, you see. So in bearing witness to Him, that means we have to bear witness to ourselves as well, folks. And I pray that the Lord will let His word flow through me. So we have to bear witness of ourselves. Each of us is accountable to the Lord for our own actions, I'm going to say. We have a conscience in ourselves. And that conscience is to know right from wrong, you see. And the Lord has said, and the Lord has given us love, to love Him without Him forcing us. So we have a will within ourselves, a free will to love the Lord, you see. And I really struggling here to get forth a message, because I believe that there is a deeper message wanting to come forth that the Lord wants to bring to humanity right now. But I can go on to say that in the reading of Romans chapter 8, that this message really resonates with me, because I am the origin of, and I say I am, the Lord has caused me some years ago to bring forth this message, that we are to come into a higher awareness of Him. We are to return to come into the Christ consciousness. Okay? And basically, the earth is undergoing an evolutionary change, and we are beginning to advance in ourselves. We're beginning to return to the Garden of Eden, and so now we are undergoing a spiritual transformation, and that really initiated itself on December the 20th, 2012. You see, and now I could really be at home and begin to talk on this, but it will be at a different level to the talk of humanity, and many of you will probably get a bit frustrated because it's a different level of language. But folks, what I'm saying to you is that we are undergoing an earthly change. We are undergoing an evolutionary change. We are undergoing a spiritual transformation. And right now, as I speak to you, heavenly bodies are sending light upon the earth and changing the nature of our DNA. It is switching off some of the DNAs and switching on some of the original DNAs. And without us knowing, we are having that spiritual transformation. But here is the issue that I have in giving a further explanation, because a week Thursday, so this Thursday, if today is the 16th, okay, 15th, 14th, the 13th, and the week after that, so if we take away 8 from 13, we're left with 5. So July the 5th, I had an experience there where I went into a deep sleep from like 6 to 10, and when I awoke, the word of the Lord that came to me was that there was a shift, a consciousness shift that took place on the earth, okay? And people will experience this consciousness shift according to where they are in the Lord, all right? So we will see on the earth various events taking place, but these events will manifest itself according to where the person is in the Lord. It may come as delight, but it may come as woe, according to where we are in the Lord. And now, this is not the usual talk of the churches, so it's not something that I expect for you to grapple with, but it's something that has been resonating in me for about 20 years now, okay? So this is the message that the Lord is coming out, and I believe the Lord wants to upgrade His ministry. He wants to bring more of His teaching through. And again, as I was reading in the scriptures in the Psalms, if only I can find the Psalms where He said about before the earth came, we were there. And so what the Lord is saying in it, He said that I am the true teacher. Because we originated from the Lord, and now we are in this fleshly, physical existence, the only way we can know the Lord is through His direct teaching. You see, His direct teaching. And His direct teaching, can I also say, it comes from His messenger, His prophet, His son of man. Let me get this right by going over to Psalms 108. It tells you, it has the definition here. It says, what is man that thou art mindful of him, and the son of man that thou visitest